Ladies and gentlemen, Arsenal are finally back. After many years of disappointing finishes, bottling it, I feel like we finally reached the status of being a big club. Now, I know what you're saying. What the fuck are you talking about? We've been a world-class club for about 3 seasons. But I feel like those 3 seasons, we were like children, underdogs, if you will. Whereas I feel like now, especially after the Madrid result, us absolutely destroying them, bullying them over 2 legs, I feel like this is the corner that we needed to turn, and I feel like we finally turned it. Because to beat, the kings of black magic, the judge merchants in the Champions League in their own competition is not something to take lightly. We got Declan Rice, who with 2 absolutely banger free kicks in the first leg, and in the second leg, just absolutely running the show. I'm convinced at this point. That
He's the best football player in the world.
And Kiwior, everyone was hating on it. I think that just goes to show how good the quality of our squad is. We had a player, Kiwior, who everyone was sort of writing off as someone who is going to get destroyed by Mbappe, Vinny, whatever. But he completely held his own, which I think says a lot about the quality and the average quality of our squad. If Kiwior, who doesn't even get near our starting 11 if everyone's fit, can play and pocket Mbappe. Saka he's just sexy, bro. I love that guy too much. I knew he was world class, but since he's come back from injury, he's been different levels, mate. How can this guy try a Panenka penalty, flop, and then try another Panenka in the same game? Do you know how these balls must be the size of planets, mate? The only fraud in our team is Erdegaard, and I'm a big Erdegaard glazer. I love that guy, but he's trying to break the record for the most backwards and sideward passes in a single season.
I think it was probably around 95, 96, was it? 94, 95, 96.
I'm not even joking. I think he's only got 1 pass in his locker, which is just passing it to Saka and making dua that Saka actually does something. I think so much credit has to be given to Arteta. I mean, his player management is quite poor, to be honest. But the progress he's made with Arsenal over the course of his 5 seasons, I mean, he's got us actually playing football. We can play out from the back now. Can you imagine trying to play out from the back with the players that we used to have? We used to have fucking David Luiz, Mustafi, Bellerin, and Kolasinac. Not even to mention we have Bernd Leno in goal. Can you imagine trying to play out from the back and Bernd Leno is your goalkeeper?
Oh, what the fuck? I'm getting really sick of you!
I'd kill myself. We're not there yet though. We still got the Champions League that we need to win. I think we got a good shot. Obviously, we got PSG in the semis and then Barca or Inter in the final. And I can't lie, I'm feeling confident. The only issue is in that first leg against PSG, we're going to have to start Jorginho. I got some live footage of Jorginho trying to keep up with the PSG midfield. He's not doing too well. We have to play Kiwior again. I know what he did against Madrid. I know, I was there. I have eyes. But Mbappe and Vinny, this is the Mbappe and Vinny that have turned up this season, bro. They're not the same. This is going to be Kiwior's reaction to having that PSG front three just fucking sprinting at him.
I don't know what the fuck to do! I don't know what to do!
I said we need to give a lot of credit to Arteta, but one thing we cannot give him credit on is his recruitment. This guy, time and time again, he has signed terrorists for our football club. Why the fuck are Havertz and Sterling still at the club? Did we not learn our lesson from trying to sign Willian in, when was it, 2021? This guy blue-balled everyone. He dropped a masterclass against Fulham first game of the season. Rest of the season, he might have been the most wank player I've ever had the displeasure of laying my eyes on. Mums, I think Chelsea should have paid us just for giving this Sterling cunt a job.
You want a job? Come to me! Wallahi, I'll get you a job!
And I think that really goes to show that's the only thing keeping Arteta back. I think he's just a bit naive and ignorant in his recruitment, which is ultimately going to hold us back, because with the stage that we're at, we just need to fucking blow money on big players, get the big players in, and then we'll actually start winning trophies. I'm sick of this guy trying to revive players' career. We're not a fucking charity club. We don't do charity work for players and just revive their careers, bro. This guy tried to bring Sterling. He tried to bring Sterling's career back from the dead. His career's been dead since 2019, bro. He needs to give half of his net worth to De Bruyne for all of the assists he gave him. I think that Madrid tie was a real statement. We had William Saliba trying to sell his soul for the Madrid contract, you know, trying to give them that comeback. But the boys held on. And I think the maturity of the performance is what really showed that we've elevated to that next level. Whereas I feel like in previous seasons, even though we've been maybe just as good, if not better football-wise, I feel like we would have been a lot more likely to crumble. And I think that speaks volumes on the quality of the coaching and the quality of the synergy in the team. I think the synergy in our team is the best out of every other team in the Champions League. I think we have a togetherness that no other team really has, and I think that's what's going to make us very tough for PSG to beat, and which is why I ultimately think that we'll best PSG over the two legs. I've done all this talking and I ain't even mentioned the GOAT, Lewis Skelly. This guy, Mumsy's different. He's different level. To be 18 and just look that comfortable, to be bullying players. This guy bullied Rodrigo, bro. Rodrigo was in his pocket. He couldn't even get a sniff of it, mate. Not to mention Ethan. I don't know how to say his second name properly, so I'm not going to. But he's one of the best youngsters in the world, and this guy's just chilling on our bench. It just goes to show the quality of the squad. To have a guy that talented just baking off on your bench, doing nothing for most of the game, it speaks volume. And with all that said, I think we're gonna bring it home. I think we're gonna win the Champions League this season, bro. I've got a good feeling that the squad just got a different aura about them this season. Obviously, if you disagree, let me know and go fuck yourself. If you agree, then also let me know. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.